Alrighty, back for another segment. You know the routine. I'm not going to say it over and over. I say it every video. It gets repetitive. But what I am going to say is, yes, here we are, Southern Ontario, late night, like usual. I'm just going to do a short little video. We are rolling. That's what I always say. Short little video. So here we have the hood for the, it's kind of echoey. It's got this tinny thing going on. We got the hood for my 52 Chevy, the Pro Street Chevy. You got to see me do the copperization of the dash. You got to see the kind of the finished product, I guess, you know. This is another part that I wanted to copperize on the vehicle. Still not sure on what the color is going to be. I've always been a kind of satin black. I might go with something different. I might go with a dark green. Like, I never know where I'm going till I get there. But what I do know is that I'm going to accent a few things on the truck in copper. Possibly the hood, maybe the running boards, maybe the stake pockets, and the rest of it will be, you know, something else. It'll be flat black, it'll be flat green, it'll be something flat, but it's going to be darker, you know, darker color just to make everything, you know, kind of pop. So today, to prep the hood for what I'm about to do, copperize, these were all a little wonky. They were all a little wavy. I did use my air tool quite a while ago, and what I did was I tried to flange it. You know, I tried to put the step flange in it, thinking, oh, I'll put the step flange in it, and that'll kind of, you know, it'll kind of straighten it out. Well, you know what happened? It didn't work. So today I took some, it's like 1/2-inch little flat bar that I put underneath here. Kind of bent them on the truck where the hood sits to get them somewhat correct. They don't have to be perfect, but it sure made the hood a little more rigid. Fixed up the front corners. I can't show you because the hood's sitting here. Yeah, they had kind of split open. This little section right here, you can see it's got some brass in it, and it's still, whoever brassed it up, it wasn't me. This had filler. This had some Bondo over it. I kind of ground it out. They didn't do, obviously you can see, there was a big gash here in the hood. I think I showed that in one of the other videos. But they didn't do a very good job brassing it up because there's still holes there. I'm not worried about it. This hood has dings and dents. It's got little imperfections everywhere. And I'm telling you, once I start to copperize this thing, it's going to have so much character in it, it's going to look just 2 thumbs up. It's going to look awesome. So, that's what our video tonight is. I'm going to grab a pair of rubber gloves. I'm going to grab my brush, and we're going to copperize this thing. And then, tomorrow night, hopefully, we're going to trick this thing out. I'm going to copperize it tonight. Probably put a couple coats of clear coat on it, and then tomorrow we're gonna accent it. I'm not gonna tell you how I'm gonna accent it. You'll have to come back tomorrow, and you'll have to watch the video to see what I do. It's gonna look pretty bitchin'. Trust me. I'm gonna grab my rubber gloves. I'm gonna grab my brush. I mixed up a fresh brew of copper sulfate solution. Now what we're hoping, because this thing it's big, obviously you can see, you know, it's a hood. what we're hoping is, we're hoping that as I start to do this, remember, what I said before is you kind of have to work your way, you can't work from the bottom up, kind of, no, I'm wrong. You gotta work from the bottom up, because you don't want runs. You don't want runs in the copperization. I got a brush, and I could do the top and then work my way up from the sides and kind of meet up. I got a fresh brew sitting right here. Here's my pretty blue solution. Look, you can see it kind of bubbling. It's still kind of off-gassing a wee bit. I think I'm going to start at the front. I'm hoping that I don't screw this up. I'm hoping I can do the whole thing in the video without screwing it up. And here, away we go. Let the magic begin. That's what I always say. Let's go. Here we go. Look at that. Let the magic begin. That looks so... I love all the black. There's rust pitting and stuff. There's rust pitting and stuff still on it, and it gives it so much character. Oh yeah, I can smell the I can smell it off gassing. Look at that. And of course, you know, like the last video, that I do have to neutralize this. And remember, we don't want to, if anything, we don't want to try and overlap too many times. You've seen what happened in the last video, where I kind of overlapped. I kind of overlapped a few times, and basically you get too much of the you know, the copperization plating, or whatever you want to call it. You get too much of it on top of itself, and yeah, it kind of goes all funky. Kind of want to keep this all going. That's right, it happens fast, just like in the last video.
It smells like rotten eggs.
Yes, it does. It smells. It's still off gassing a bit. We should probably have a an exhaust fan going. You know, it is sulfuric acid. Like I say, it's still off gassing a bit because it's a fresh. See, we don't want to. We just want to meet up. See, we got some runs going on there. I'm not going to worry about it. It gives it a little bit of character. That's what I say. As far as the way that you apply it, I have tried to spray it before. And yeah, the results weren't the greatest. See, look at all this this crazy. We got these crazy dark spots here. It's kind of a patina. Could you use a rag? Yeah, you could probably apply it with a rag. You know, just kind of douse it on. We're going to do this fast, man. This is awesome. I'm getting some, I can see it running a bit. I can see it doing some funky stuff. So far so good though, I think. I think. I'm getting kind of streaks with the brush. You know, brushing it this way, I'm getting, you know, kind of lines, but that's okay. That's okay. It just gives it, to me, it just gives it character. It happens so fast. Check that out. How cool is that? See that? Look at right there. There's a droplet. I did a droplet there. Kind of did a couple droplets. Kind of did a double take. You can brush it all over itself. That's okay. But I'm telling you, try not to. Just because it will go a little funky. It's like it doesn't like to... let's get this side done. There you go. Look at that. How cool is that? That is just... That's pretty bitchin' looking. See, I got like that little brush stroke right there. I'm going to try not to touch that. I'm going to try and blend the way I'm coming around. It's a little dark. A little dark on this side. Now, obviously where the brass is there, you're going to see what's going to happen there. The brass is not going to take the copper, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind the brass. Let's try and blend our streaks. There we go. There we go. I don't mind the brass as far as the little bit of slicing in the hood. I'll fix that from the underside actually. I'll put filler. I'll put some seam sealer. I'll do something like that. Actually, maybe I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll just leave those holes there. What's it matter? You know, just adds character to the finished product, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, Sharpie, don't knock the jar out of your hand. That would be bad. We're going to come, I'm almost done this side. Doesn't take much. Very light coats. Ooh, the pretty blue. It is a pretty blue. It's a very pretty blue. Can you go different directions? Yeah, you can go different directions. I try and keep it all going in the same direction. Doesn't take much of this solution, I'm telling you. I try to work fast with it just because I know that copper plating, you know, any type of alloy plating, you know, it starts to oxidize right away. It happens pretty fast. Now, am I going to clear coat this while I'm on camera? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I'll neutralize it. I'll neutralize it, and then I'll probably clear coat it off camera, just because, you know, that's a whole nother process. So there we go. There we go. We got, look at the black over there. That is so wild looking. Yes, that is so wild looking. We're pretty much, there you go. There you go. That is like, you saw it right here, Sharp Customs. You see me just do a whole hood in, I don't know what the time frame was, but it's pretty fast. Think about doing a whole car. You know, a little hot rod, a truck. I mean, you're not going to do it all in one shot, trust me. I'm going to neutralize it, which is it's just baking soda and water. We'll grab the, oh yeah! Let's switch hands here. It's all gonna drip off on the floor. It's gonna put a funky color on my floor. It's gonna put it like a brown. It's gonna put like a brown, kind of weird color. Don't forget, if you're gonna try this yourself, don't forget to neutralize it. You gotta neutralize it. If you try and wipe it off, you might run into problems. Neutralizing it kind of makes it a little more stable, especially if you do the mix, my mixture, which you know, had quite a few people ask me the, you know, what the potion was. And it was like, of course, you know, the last video I said, go back, you know, go back, look. You'll find my other video where I give the mixture, but I'll tell everybody right now. It's basically, it's 3 parts peroxide to 1 part sulfuric acid, battery acid, and you throw in a bunch of chunks of copper and set it outside because it's going to off-gas. It's going to smell like rotten eggs. But so you can see that dark, kind of that dark color there. Get her all neutralized. Yeah, my hand's getting sore spraying this spray bottle. And to neutralize it, it's just, you know, I don't know what the mix is. It's just, I dump some baking soda in the bottle, fill it up with water. I don't think there's a designated mixture. Even a little bit of baking soda mixed with water should work fine. Do you want to let this air dry? No, you don't. You don't want to let this air dry. As you can see right there, look at that. Check that out. You can see the I don't even know what you call it. It's kind of like you can see that. It'd be better to obviously, you know, if you were doing this outside, you could just grab you could neutralize it, and then you could just give it a blast with the garden hose. Probably, you know, something this big, yeah, it probably worked really good. Alright, we got a mess on the floor. That's for damn sure. This is the stuff I'm talking about right here. All the coloring, that kind of a, you know, the milky, you know, I don't know, baby shit looking shit. It's all over the floor. It's neutralized. It's not going to do anything. I'm just going to grab the, air. And I'm just going to quickly give it a real quick blast. Can you dry it with a rag? I would try and blow the majority of it off with the air first. You can dry it with a rag. I tend to blow it off with air, get the majority of the... I just want you to all know that while we're working here, as I'm drying it, it is copper. So as it dries, it's already starting to oxidize. Keep that in mind. You want to don't have to work super fast, but I would suggest getting it all, you know, kind of cleaned off. Get it cleaned off as quick as possible. I do have a rag here. Now, is wiping it going to pull the copper plate off? Well, we're going to find that out, aren't we? I wish I could lift the front of this. I might jam something underneath there. Is it pulling the copper off? No, it's not pulling the copper off by drying it with a rag. I put a pretty good etch in there. I did orbital sand the whole hood about 3 times to get some Bondo off. I did orbital sand it about 3 times with 80 grit. I left it at that. I like a nice heavy etch for this process. I find it works. Let's just grab a piece of, I'm gonna grab a piece of scrap. I'm gonna just lift it and put it under the hood to just get it off of the sludge there, so I can continue drying and get the edge. Try not to touch all that sludge on my table. And that's pretty cool because there's many other different types of copperization applications out there on the YouTube, and I'm not even sure where I figured out this process. I went back on YouTube and I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked and I could not find. I thought maybe that's where I found it. I think I just kind of put things together with, different types of acids. You've got vinegar. Vinegar is an acid. You've got ascorbic acid, which you could use. You can mix ascorbic acid with copper sulfate powder. You do it in warm water. Pretty similar. Vinegar and peroxide. It works. It's not as good. I can tell you. I've tried it. It's not as good. I gave you all the recipe. You never know. Like right there, I'm going to stop rubbing because there was so much rust pitting right there. If the camera comes in close, you can see it is pulling the copper plating a bit because it's rust pitting and the copper plating cannot, it's just got nothing, there to bite to, but I'll just leave that. I'll let that air dry. It's been neutralized. I've wiped off a little bit of the excess. You got to kind of be aware of that, as you're wiping it. I want to get all my edging. I got some streaks here and there, like again, right here. I got some rust pitting that was there. And if I keep rubbing it, it'll just pull see, it's pulling. And that's okay. That's okay. That gives it character. This is kind of what I'm going for. I want that, I love the copper patina, kind of old kind of look. I don't want a shiny penny copper. That's, to me, that's, if I wanted to do that, well, shit, you know what? I'd send all my stuff to a chrome plating place and I'd say, hey, take it to the copper stage and leave it at that. You know, nice shiny polished chrome, put some clear coat on it so it doesn't oxidize. And I actually tried to have that done for a set of aluminum wheels, and the person on the other end of the phone, when I called them, it was a chroming place, they were like, "Ooh, what do you want to do that for? They'll oxidize if you leave them copper." And I said, no, that's what I want them to do. I want them to oxidize a bit, and I'm going to clear coat them, and they'll look bitchin', you know, oxidized copper, kind of the whole patina rat rod type of look. They just thought I was out of my mind, you know, they did. So I had to come up with my own process. Haven't done wheels yet. I can do steelies. Can't do aluminum. Aluminum is it's a totally different process to get the copperization to stick to the aluminum. A little more involved. Haven't tried it. Probably not going to try it. My way out, because I would love to have, you know, I'd love to have my aluminum drag lights look like copper too, like accenting the rest of the vehicle. I think that would just look awesome. My alternative to that was to possibly powder coat them in a kind of a coppery finish, put some black accents, you know, clear coat them. I do have the powder coat here to do it, just haven't got around to doing it. Wanted to do it on my 53 Chevy Bel Air car, but never got to it. Ended up selling the car. So there you have it. I've pretty much got it dried off as much as I'm gonna dry. I'm gonna let it air dry a bit off camera. Probably give it a few coats of clear coat. My favorite, my flat clear, and yeah, you'll have to check out the next video, because we're going to do some more stuff on this hood. Involves the airbrush. Look at this cord. Look at this stupid cord in my face. But yeah, we're going to airbrush. We're going to airbrush some stuff on this hood, and then we'll give it a few more coats of clear coat. And yeah, I think you'll like it. So, that being said, that was our video for Saturday night here in Southern Ontario. And yeah, you know the routine. I'm rolling out. I'm going to carry on with this, and I hope you all come back tomorrow to check out what I'm doing on it. And peace. I'm out.